Before you scroll past, answer me one question. How many hours did you sleep last night? And how many cups of coffee have you had today? Have you ever felt this way? You wake up but you don't feel awake. You eat but you still have no energy. You sit all day yet you feel more drained than if you'd run a marathon. It's not that you're lazy, and it's not that you're getting old. It's your body, in a very quiet but persistent voice, telling you, there's a low-grade fire burning inside me. This low-grade fire is called chronic inflammation. It's not the red-hot, painful kind you get from a cut. It's your immune system staying in a low-grade fight mode behind the scenes. When it burns in your brain, you can't think straight, words slip away. When it burns in your gut, you feel bloated, your skin acts up for no reason. When it burns in your muscles, your whole body feels like lead, and rest never truly resets you. Too many people accept this as normal, but here's the kicker. If you've ever tried to lose weight, eating less, moving more, but the scale wouldn't budge, chances are it's not your willpower, it's this fire sabotaging your metabolism. Inflammation messes with insulin signaling and leptin sensitivity, pushing your body into energy-saving mode. The harder you try, the more it holds on. So the 9 foods I'm about to share with you, they're not diet foods, they're fire extinguishers. And when the fire is out and your body starts working the way it should, fat loss just becomes a natural side effect. Now these 9 firefighters, from the most common to the one you'd never guess, each one is more impressive than the last. We'll start with the first line of defense. Number 1, salmon. It's the poster child for omega-3 fatty acids. Our modern diet, heavy in corn oil, soybean oil, processed snacks, loads us with too much omega-6. And omega-6? That's the army rations for inflammation. Your cells use it to crank out pro-inflammatory signals, but the omega-3 in salmon shuts down that assembly line. It directly inhibits COX2 and LOX, 2 key pro-inflammatory enzymes. In plain English, it cuts off the enemy's supply line before they even march out. Aim for 2 to 3 servings of wild salmon per week. If you don't eat fish, a high-quality fish oil supplement is your plan B, but salmon is just the warm-up. Our next firefighter? It storms straight into the enemy's headquarters. Number 2, blueberries. While salmon block the messengers, blueberries go even further. They break right into central command. Inside your cells, NF-kappa B is the master switch for all inflammatory genes. Once it flips to on, a whole army of pro-inflammatory genes, TNF-alpha, IL-1-beta, COX2, all fire up at once. The anthocyanins in blueberries physically bind to that switch and hold it firmly in the off position, a tiny handful of berries pulling off a coup d'etat. Eat a small handful daily. Frozen is just as nutritious. And you think that's impressive? Our next one not only puts out the fire, but also cleans up the mess left behind. Number 3, broccoli. Think of chronic inflammation as a house fire. What's the worst part after the flames are out? The rubble and toxic debris, free radicals and oxidative damage. If you don't clear that, the fire will reignite. The sulforaphane in broccoli is one of the most powerful activators of your cell's NRF2 pathway. NRF2 is your disaster recovery command center. Once activated, it dispatches a team of antioxidant and detox enzymes, HO1 and QO1, to clean up the battlefield. So after it helps put out the fire, it gives your cells a deep, professional clean. Broccoli sprouts contain 10 to 100 times more sulforaphane than mature broccoli, and you can grow them at home in just a few days. The first 3 are all about defense. The next one, it builds 2 fire breaks at the same time. Number 4, extra virgin olive oil. This Mediterranean superstar doesn't pick just one route. It intercepts 2 inflammatory signaling highways at the same time. One is NF-kappa B, which we already met. The other is MAPK. MAPK is the main thoroughfare for transmitting signals from outside to inside the cell. If one road is closed, traffic can detour. But when you close both main arteries at once, the inflammatory signal is completely lost. The hydroxytyrosol and oleuropein in olive oil do exactly that. But, and this is crucial, I'm talking about extra virgin cold-pressed olive oil, those cheap refined bottles on supermarket shelves. Most of the polyphenols are already stripped away. Always look for extra virgin on the label. The first four have been going head-to-head with inflammation. Our next player uses a completely different tactic. It fights an information war. Number 5, turmeric. The ones we've seen so far either block signals or cut off supplies. Turmeric is different. It goes after the inflammatory messengers that have already been produced. For inflammation to spread, your body needs to send out messengers like TNF-alpha and IL-6. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, locks those messengers inside the cell. They simply can't get out. If the outside world never receives the signal, the fire can't spread. It's a precision strike. One catch: curcumin is poorly absorbed on its own. Always pair it with black pepper. Piperine in black pepper boosts absorption by up to 20 times. Turmeric is one of my personal favorites. But our next one, it plays a shield game. Number 6, tomato. Chronic inflammation generates heaps of fire debris, free radicals. Think of them as sparks flying everywhere, landing on anything and starting new fires. Lycopene in tomatoes is one of nature's most powerful free radical scavengers. It forms a giant protective shield right in front of your cell membranes. Every incoming spark gets stopped cold. On top of that, lycopene also inhibits ERK and P38-MAPK signaling pathways, helping to extinguish the fire from yet another angle. Key fact: lycopene is fat-soluble. That means cooking it with oil, think tomato sauce, sautéed tomatoes, or tomato paste, makes it far more absorbable than eating it raw. Spaghetti sauce and scrambled eggs with tomatoes are absolute power couples. The first 6 have been putting out the fire and holding the line. The next one, it puts a lock on the fire's ignition source. Number 7, garlic. When you think garlic, you probably think antibacterial. True, but its anti-inflammatory move is even more ingenious. It locks the fire at its very source. On the surface of your cells, there's a sensor called TLR4, a kind of gate. When an invader like bacterial LPS knocks on that gate, the gate opens and triggers an entire inflammatory cascade. The allicin in garlic locks that gate from the outside. The bad guys keep knocking, but the door never opens. The entire inflammatory chain is cut off at step 1. That's the highest level of defense. The fire never even gets a chance to start. Quick tip: after chopping garlic, let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes before heating. That's how allicin is fully generated. The first 7 have focused on putting out fires and preventing them. But our 8th firefighter, it not only puts out the fire, it also rebuilds what the fire damaged. Number 8, raspberries and blackberries. The previous 7 have mostly been about extinguishing and preventing, but this 8th player handles post-fire reconstruction. Like blueberries, dark berries are rich in anthocyanins that inhibit MAPK and NF-kappa B. But raspberries and blackberries have a secret weapon. They don't just suppress the pro-inflammatory TNF-alpha and IL-1 beta, they actively promote the production of IL-10, an anti-inflammatory cytokine. So while they're still fighting the fire, they're also sending out rebuild signals. You're not just stopping the burn, you're helping your tissues recover better. Rotate between raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries. Frozen mixed berries are the best value for money. And now, the grand finale. Our 9th firefighter is a versatile all-rounder, a patroller and a repair worker rolled into one. Number 9, and the final one, green tea. EGCG, the big brother of catechins. Why does it get the closing spot? Because almost everything the previous 8 can do, it can do too. Inhibit NF-kappa B, mop up free radicals, block signaling pathways. But EGCG has one unique superpower that none of the others have. It inhibits matrix metalloproteinases, MMPs. MMPs are the enzymes in your body that tear down structures. In a chronic inflammatory state, they become overactive and start degrading your collagen and elastin, the structural rebar of your skin, blood vessels, and joint cartilage. EGCG directly locks down these demolition crews, protecting your tissues from being broken down. It's both a patrol officer and a repair technician. That's why it closes the show. Drink 1 to 2 cups of lightly brewed green tea daily about an hour after meals. Cold brewed works just as well. All right, all 9 firefighters have assembled. Let's break them into 3 teams. Team Vanguard, salmon, blueberries, broccoli, cut off supplies, shut down the master switch, and deploy the cleaning crew. They're the first responders. Team Main Force, olive oil, turmeric, tomato, garlic, dual lane interception, messenger lockdown, shield up, source locked. They're the heavy hitters. Team Special Ops, raspberries and blackberries, green tea, tissue repair, and all-round protection. They're the finishing touch.
Now, here are 3 down-to-earth truths to take away. First, these 9 foods aren't designed to help you drop pounds. They're here to restore your body's normal metabolism. When the fire's out, weight change is simply a side effect, not the goal. Second, stop sending ammunition to the enemy. Refined sugar, ultra-processed foods, and trans fats. They're the supply trucks for your inflammatory army. Cut back on them, and your firefighting efforts double in power. Third, cellular change takes time. Don't expect to feel reborn after 2 days. Give your body several weeks to months of consistent, high-quality fuel, and it will reward you with tangible changes. A clearer mind, steady energy, and no more relying on coffee just to get through the day. Out of these 9 firefighters, how many do you already have in your kitchen? And which ones are missing? Drop a comment and let me know. If you've ever struggled to lose weight no matter what you tried, try putting out this fire first. You might be surprised how smart your body really is. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share it with that friend who's always running on coffee and fumes. You're not broken. You've just been running on the wrong fuel. See you in the next one.